Right, how are you doing everybody? Welcome to Russell Heritage Golf. Today, going to be talking about a real little missing piece to the puzzle, which should help lots of you get that better feeling for hitting through the golf ball. Now, recently, we have been talking about lots of different little videos around the hitting area. We've concentrated on shoulder movements, we've concentrated a little bit on hip movements, but today is going to put those little drills and exercises all together. What we're trying to do in the golf swing is essentially two things. When we're talking about hitting through the golf ball, we're obviously hypothetically talking about an extensional state, which basically means when we come to hitting the ball, we should be thinking about getting up and through it. But there'll be many of you that will think, well, you know, I already stand up too much. And that's why when I've talked about the drills like the cane across the shoulders and pointing the shoulders more down to the ball, then you'll really resonate with that and you'll be like, yep, okay, that's me, I need to stay more down. But then there'll also be some of you out there that are like, well, I swing, you know, if I stay down anymore, I feel like I'm coming over the top. So this is my sort of point. Today I'm going to share a really simple drill, something that you can do at home, as to how you're going to get that feeling of, okay, well, how do I stay down over the ball whilst also triggering this extensional state, which obviously we know that we need, because when we hit the ball, we need to get up and through it. Okay, we know the extension is going to help us fire through the golf ball. We don't necessarily want to stay down too much because that feels really, really steep. So the first drill, as ever, is going to lend us to using the chair. I'm actually going to use the chair in two different ways. The first is get it against your left hip. Okay, now what we're going to do is that the real simple exercise is that you can imagine you're going to get your pelvis facing onto the chair itself. Okay, so this is your sort of extensional movement. Now if I put my hands across my shoulders here, it's this way. I'm getting my pelvis onto the chair. Okay, that's your extension and hitting through and up on the ball. Okay, really, really simple move. We don't want to be this way, we want to be this way. Pelvis underneath your chest as you swing through. But then what happens if you start wondering? Well, again, get yourself against the chair. Always be anything between 2 to 4 fingertips distance away when you start. Keep the left hip on the chair as you tuck the pelvis underneath your chest again. And this will help you produce qualities of a little bit of side bend to help you stay in posture, so you can still maintain that orientation of staying in posture, staying down, which is this. But in theory, you're also hitting up because you're extending up and through the ball. So doing these drills at home will just massively help you before you go down to the driving range to try and hit some shots and getting lost whether you should do this or whatever. It's just a case of take some time. Before you go down to the driving range, spend 10 minutes doing the chair drill. You can do it at work, you can do it wherever. And just make sure that you're getting your lead hip back and out the way, but you're also feeling like you're tucking the pelvis underneath the chest as you swing through. And this is going to help you propel your arms forward through that sort of extension state of the golf swing. And it's also going to massively help out the sequence as well. So like I say, a lot of people get a little bit lost in that hitting area as to exactly what should happen. And we're hypothesizing that the sequence of events that lead to this point are in a good order. But that last little hit is all about that extension, getting the pelvis tucked underneath your body, and that will help you keep it nice and connected moving in towards that hitting area. Go down the range and you're not necessarily going to want to take a chair down there, I understand that, but you can still use your bag. Okay, your bag's going to become a really good reference point for you to get that feeling of whether you are staying in contact. See, my thigh here stays in contact with the chair, which means I know I'm rotating enough. So as I push the chair, as I push the bag, I also get that feeling of coming up through the shot. And therefore I know that I'm getting the balance of both of those two movements together. So whether you actually want to hit some shots whilst you're actually staying there is up to you. Or maybe do a couple of practice swings against the bag first. So you kind of swing back onto the bag, tuck under, bag and under, and then just move a little bit away from the bag, and then you can hit a shot where you're trying to sequence all of these things together. Grim weather, but it's a really important part, and it will answer a lot of questions that you've potentially had over these last few videos, whether you should really feel like you drop the shoulder down or tuck under. And if you watch those videos back, it'll just make a lot of sense as to how all of these things can now come together and help you improve your golf. So it's another really simple drill. I'd strongly suggest that you use the chairs first and foremost. Put the chair against the side of you, so you're getting that hip depth by getting the lead hip back, but you're also triggering that extensional state. It will help you hit the ball miles better, and it'll answer a lot of questions that hopefully you'd have had about your game. That's it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Always appreciate a thumbs up and a like. Remember, it's absolutely free to subscribe. If you're going to do so, press the little bell icon, because that means you receive notifications every time a new video comes out. Speak to you guys again soon.